A lot of people ask if they should see something in Dolby Cinema or in IMAX. It can sound complex. I'll give you a quick breakdown. When it comes to Dolby versus IMAX, it's really not about which is better. It's about which fits the film that you're seeing. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to compare Dolby with IMAX with laser because most people don't have a 70mm IMAX. An IMAX without laser can be a total toss-up. If you want a super deep dive into IMAX and the different formats, you can check out my IMAX video here and in the description. And when it comes to Dolby, the saturation, the colors are absolutely beautiful, so you really see that difference visually, and then the visuals have such better contrast. With IMAX, to me, it's definitely more about bigger screens. The scale is usually bigger.
IMAX is a format of spectacle, and it's made for vistas and for the grandeur of it.
There's a little bit more of that image. Sometimes it fills the screen more than Dolby would, and it kind of feels like an event. Something like F1, for example, was filmed for IMAX, so I went to my IMAX with laser, and I thought it was amazing. Of course, Dolby Atmos, which is beautiful surround sound. There's a lot of clarity. You can kind of feel it. If a movie has an Atmos mix, it really is such an immersive experience. IMAX film cameras specifically, they're kind of known to be loud. Sometimes they can muffle the audio a little bit, and that, for example, in Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan didn't shoot everything in the IMAX 70mm. So if you did see an IMAX, you would see the screen kind of change formats throughout the film because there had to be an alternative for dialogue-heavy scenes. The Odyssey is the first feature film shot entirely on IMAX film cameras. The IMAX developed this new camera technology that's reportedly lighter and about 30% quieter than previous IMAX cameras. One thing that I really like about Dolby Cinema is that they are very consistent across the board. Any AMC I've gone to, for example, the Dolby Cinema is definitely proprietary to Dolby, so they're very consistent with the seats and the screen and the audio, and I've never had a bad experience. There's an AMC theater here that I go to sometimes. It used to be a Lowe's, and they bought it. Lowe's Theater, not Lowe's Hardware. And they bought it and rebranded it as AMC, so the seats are kind of old, but the Dolby Cinema in there is perfect. It's just like the Dolby Cinema in the newer AMC theaters that I go to. So I think when it comes to consistency, Dolby is definitely more reliable. Something that people talk about a lot is the letterboxing. So not the app letterbox. Letterboxing in terms of the bars that you sometimes see, black bars when you're watching a film. Visuals like don't fill the screen. In Dolby, it's not really about having the biggest screen possible. It's definitely about the contrast, the clarity, saturation. With Dolby even, there are varying screen sizes. So for me, a super easy hack is just look at the seating chart, which doesn't sound like a hack, but honestly, I think when we're looking at the seating chart, a lot of us just don't really pay attention to the number of seats and the number of rows that are there other than just choosing our own seats. For example, the Odyssey is coming out in IMAX with laser, and these are two different auditoriums at two different theaters. And now Disclosure Day in Dolby, you can see same format, two different theaters, two different sizes. Sometimes I'll go to the app and I'll look at, one theater's Dolby, screenshot it, go to the other one, screenshot, and just see how many seats are in each one. Usually the one with more seats will be a bigger theater. When something is a big spectacle and it's a big deal, I love to see it in IMAX. Dolby's kind of my default. For me, Dolby is kind of a really solid go-to choice. I'm kind of a nerd about it. Like anytime I go to the movies with someone, I'm like, let's go to the Dolby Cinema, please. And at first, a lot of people will be like, fine. And then they'll go and they're like, damn, okay. I see it. I get it now. Let me know in the comments though what you think. Do you like to see things in Dolby? Do you like to see things in IMAX? What's your take?